In this lecture video, we are going to discuss about environmental scanning and SWOT analysis. Now, let us see the lecture objectives. To understand environmental scanning process, the environmental scanning is a procedure. So, now let us understand what is that procedure, and also to know the elements of corporate planning process. In the previous class, we discussed about an corporate planning process. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss about in detail what are the different elements that are involved in the corporate planning process. So, at the end of the lecture, you will be able to aware about the environmental scanning process, and you will be able to recognize the elements of corporate planning process. Now, let us see the brief introduction about the topic. So, environmental scanning refers to the possession and utilization of information. So, it refers to the possession and utilization of information about various occasions, patterns, trends and relationships within an organization's internal and external environment. So, every business is associated with two different types of environments. One is internal environment, the other one is external environment. The major difference between the internal environment and the external environment is the internal environment can be controlled by the organization, but whereas the external environment cannot be controlled by the organization. Now, the environmental scanning refers to the possession of such kind of internal information or external information and the utilization of that information, okay, about the occasions, like this particular information related to various occasions or patterns, trends and relationships within an organization. So, whatever the organizational internal and environmental external environmental factors are there. So, all these factors related occasions, patterns, trends are being positioned and utilized in this environmental scanning. So, the environmental scanning is a vital part of the corporate planning process we discussed in the previous class, and it consists of scanning of internal and external environmental factors. Now, let us see the important factors for environmental scanning. So, what are the different factors for environmental scanning? There are four important factors related to environmental scanning. One is events. So, events are related to the business. So, there are specific occurrences which take place in different environmental sectors of the business. Like, so some incidences or some events may positively impact the business, some events negatively impact the business. But events are common that are going to happen in the nature or general sense, but they may impact your business maybe positively, and sometimes negatively may impact it. So, now what are those events that are causing your business may positively or negatively be impacting? Such kind of events are important factors for environmental scanning. And the next is trends. As name suggests, the trends are general courses of action or tendencies along which the event occurs. So, whenever the event occurs, then along with the events, what kind of trends that it exhibits, and also there are groups of similar or related events which tend to move in a specific direction. So, that's what trends. So, information related to the trends is again another important factor related to environmental scanning. We need to observe the trend, how the trends are moving, whether the trends are in the favorable to the business or unfavorable to the business. So, these trends must be tracked and information must be studied as a part of environmental scanning. And then issues. So, in wake of events and trends, some concerns can arise. These are called as issues. So, people may have some concerns about the events or some kind of trends. Let us say, for example, a new CEO has been appointed for the organization. So, the new CEO may not be acceptable by the most of the stakeholders. So, being a business, you must convince the new CEO with all the stakeholders mostly. So, there may be a concern from some kind of the stakeholders that you please continue the old CEO or may not take the don't take the new CEO. Maybe these are called as concerns. So, these concerns may arise, maybe these are known as issues. So, you need to take up the information from these issues related things, and also these are one of the important factors in environmental scanning process. And then expectations. So, some interested groups may have demands based on their concern for issues. So, these demands or expectations, like naturally when they are demanding, so they are expecting something like in their favor. So, after their the what we call concerns, so when they get stronger, then they becomes the expectations. So, some interested groups may have some kind of expectations over your business. So, these are all the four important factors: events, trends, issues, and expectations are important factors related to environmental scanning. Now, let us see the what are the different internal environmental factors. Just we have discussed that internal environmental factors are the factors which can be controlled by the organization. So, but what are these factors? So, let us see one by one. First thing is a value system. So, value system is one of the most important thing for any business, because over a period of time your business must create certain value, and also for that what is required is right values are required. So, what values that you are having, and how you continue your values throughout the journey of the business. So, this decides the type a kind of value system that you create in the business. So, this value system is very important. So, this value system guides your business, helps your business to grow in the better in the future, and these factors are known as this factor is known as internal environmental factor. So, when you bound to these value systems and run the business accordingly, then you will be benefited. So, otherwise if you break the values and lose the values and continue the business, then probably in future your business might not exist. So, that is what the important thing, that is value system. And then mission and objectives. So, every business should have a direction, proper direction is required. So, as part of strategic management, vision is one of the important strategic management concept, wherein you will write up what you are going to become in the future. In the same way, mission statement also will be written down. So, mission statement states how we are going to achieve that vision statement, what way that you are going to, what customers that you are going to target, what customer functions that you are going to utilize. By doing so, you are going to achieve your vision statement. So, and also that objectives are also being written down. So, a mission is a broader objective, whereas the objectives are specific to reach your mission statement. So, these mission and objectives is another important internal environmental factor, because these can be written by the organization itself. And then organization structure. So, every organization will have a definite structure. So, there are different organization structures are available, like line organization, staff organization, line and staff organization, matrix. So, such kind of organization structures are available. So, depending on the suitability of the organization structure, you will implement a specific organization structure. So, then the kind of organization structure that you select and implement is going to become another internal environmental factor. And then corporate culture and style of functioning of top management. So, corporate culture is like over a period of time that you create, that you run your business with your values, moral values, and it will create a kind of culture over a period of time. And also the style of functioning of top management. So, what way the top management exhibit their functions, so is another important internal environmental factor. So, this way studying this corporate culture and the top management functioning gives you some kind of inputs about the organization. And then quality of human resources is another important internal environmental factor. So, while studying the internal environmental factors, quality of human resources also can be observed. So, quality of human resources means the manpower who work in the organization, whether they are of which kind of quality, whether they are top quality, moderate quality, or what kind of strengths that they have. So if they work, what kind of moral values that they have, and also in what way, what discipline that they have, what skills that they have, are all the part of quality of human resources. So this way you need to analyze the quality of human resources for the internal and internal factors, internal environmental factor analysis. And then labor unions. Every manufacturing business mostly are associated with the labor unions, because the people who work in the as a labor, they may have certain unions, labor unions, to protect their rights. So the labor unions may have a leader and the kind of elections and all. So finally, what they try to expect is, so they expect the the right compensation and other important benefits that they are going to get it from the management through the labor unions. And in case if the management tries to exploit their the skill, then they may go for strike and try to get whatever the things that they are about to receive from the top management will be received by will be achieved. So these are labor unions, which also are part of the internal environmental factors. And then physical resources and technological capabilities. So physical resources are the resources which are available for the organization, like money what they have, and other assets what they have, what resources that physical resources what they are all having. Another important, another internal environmental factor. And technological capabilities, what kind of technological capabilities that they have. So currently, what whether they are using moderate technology or low level technology or a top level technology. So the technology, the level of technology what they are using, and the technological capabilities what they have, all these are all the part of the internal environmental factors. When you are studying the business, you need to study about the all these kind of elements or factors related to the business as a part of internal environmental factor analysis. Now let us see the external environmental factors. So the external environmental factors, as we have already discussed, the internal environmental factors can be controlled by the organization, but whereas external environmental factors cannot be controlled by the organization. So now these external environmental factors are of two types. One is micro factors, the other one is macro factors. So micro factors, the name indicates, it's a micro level. Okay, but these micro level factors related to external environment. So now let us see what are these micro level factors. So micro factors related to business. The customers. So customer is the one who purchase the product from us and consume it, or by themselves or by somebody else, but they purchase the product from us. They are customers. So over a period of time, the customers may change. So your profiles, customer profiles can be different. Now these profiles must be observed as a part of external environmental factor analysis. Input or suppliers. So suppliers are the one who provide inputs to the organization, or we call them as raw material suppliers. So the raw material suppliers, mostly company maintains multiple number of raw material suppliers to minimize the what we call the shortage of raw material. And also, as a strategic advantage, we get the if we have more suppliers with us, so that we can approach the supplier where they supply the better quality raw material for the best price. So that's why we try to maintain the a different number of suppliers for the organization. So these are known as external environmental factor, like at what price that they are supplying, where they are located, what is the distance between our organization and the suppliers. So all these are the factors related to external environmental factors. And then competitors. So competitors are also like us. They are also they are also doing their business like us. But you need to think about in what way that they are different from us. What product that we are supplying, what product that they are supplying, what is the similarities between our product and their product, what are the differences between our product and their product, what is the price difference. So these are all different things related to competitors must be analyzed. And also from that we will come to know whether we are stronger than our competitors or our competitors are stronger than us. So we will be able to come to a conclusion by doing this competitor analysis. And then general public. So general public, so some of the people in the general public may be our customers, and some of the public may not be. So you need to make the public as your customers. That's the goal of marketing. Now, as a part of that, customer or public may also have a general opinion on your business. So, what kind of opinion the public may have, and how to influence the public, like to purchase your product or make them your customers. So, again, these factors must be analyzed as a part of external environmental factors. Then marketing and media. So marketing is another important function in every organization, and also media, and both are related to external environmental because we communicate our product through the marketing and media only. So media means media comes under broadcast media, print media, and internet. So there are many. So part of they're all part of media, and also marketing. So there are different marketing, like marketing tools that we apply. So these are all part of marketing. So marketing and media. So factors related to these two also must be analyzed as a part of external environmental factors. And then talent. So what kind of talent that we have, and how our talented individuals are different from our competitors manpower. So these are all known as micro factors which related to your business. So since these micro factors cannot be controlled by us, mostly these factors cannot be controlled by us, so these are known as external environmental factors. Next one is macro factors. So macro factors little broader than the micro factors, but again they are also external and cannot be controlled by the organization. So these factors are like one, economic factor. So economy is quite common for any industry and any company. So like how the economy is performing in terms of GDP, what is the employment rate, what is the prevailing interest rate, what is the inflation rate, all these decides the healthy state of the economy. So when the economy is good, then the ease with which we can do our business in that particular economy will be good. We will be able to generate more profits. Otherwise, we cannot. That's why the economic analysis is a part of macro factor related to external environmental factor. And then political or legal factor. So in case you want to do a kind of business related to pharmaceutical sector or any other the machine goods and all, so wherein you need to take up certain permission from government. If the government rules are so stringent so that you cannot get the permission from the government to start up your business, so that's what the political or legal factor related to business. So how the legal environment is, whether the legal environment in a particular economy is good or not. So legal procedures are favorable to do the business or not, existing legal structure, and also the political environmental factors like political scenario is good for doing this business or not. So study of these political scenario and the legal scenario is again a part of environmental factor. And then technology. So now the technology is upgrading day by day, year by year. So you need to catch up with the latest technology, otherwise your product will be outdated, your business will be outdated, and people never consider you. So that's why you need to update yourself in terms of technology, what you follow. That's why technology upgradation is again one of the important parameter. So how the technology is developing, what technology that you are currently using, in what way the technology is developing in the global scenario, all these are related to the technology. You need to understand and update. And then social. So what are the social relationships exist in the society? How these social relationships may impact our business is again another important external environmental factors. So sometimes the social factors may seem very small but may impact your business in a very huge manner. That's why these social factors also must be studied. And then natural factors, any common other any natural factors related to the business. So these are all factors which common factors related to any business or any industry. So again related to your related to some external environmental factors. So these are known as macro factors, broader level factors. So these are internal and external environmental factors as we have seen. Now let us see the next topic in the same uh, class, that is SWOT analysis. The SWOT is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats. The SWOT analysis is a common procedure followed by any individual or by an organization, or even the SWOT analysis can be applied for an industry also. But what exactly SWOT analysis tells us is to know about ourselves, to understand the present situation of ourselves, whether we are stronger than our competitors, whether we are so weak than our competitors, whether we are in a position to understand the upcoming opportunities in the business or any threats that are posing to our business. Before hitting the threat, you must be able to understand, because we will be prepared for that. So SWOT analysis is to understand ourselves. So it's a framework used to evaluate the company's competitive position and to develop strategic plans. So evaluate our competitive situation, and depending upon the evaluation, we'll start developing the competitor strategic plan. And it analyzes and assesses the internal and external factors as well as the current and future potential. So strengths, naturally the characteristics of the business or the project that give it an advantage over the other. So strengths means a factor which gives the strength to the company or the project. So weaknesses are the characteristics of the business place the business at a disadvantage related to others. So relative to others, in case if it is a disadvantage, it is called a weakness. Opportunities are the elements in the environment that the business or the project would exploit to its advantage. So, in case if there are any other things which can be exploited, which are available in the market, are known as opportunities. Threats are the elements in the environment that could cause the trouble for the business or the project. Maybe in the future it may cause a trouble, that kind of. So now on the screen you can see the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats in this quadrant. So we have seen on the top of this four in this board, on the top we have seen strengths and weaknesses, and the bottom we have seen we are seeing the opportunities and threats. So examples also are given here. Strong capital position is a strength. So if you have more capital, stronger capital fundamentals, then it's a strength for us. Then low debt. If currently we have a low debt, means maybe we can take up more debt and go for aggressive business. It's it's a strength. Defense of intellectual properties. If we have more and stronger intellectual property rights on our name, it's a good strength for us. And the best salespeople who are dedicated towards sales strength. Branding could be better. So in case if our present brand may not be that much aggressive or may not be identifiable by the others, it's a weakness. Products not differentiated enough. If we have more of the what we call mass targeted product, common product, then must be differentiated as a weakness for us. And then a recent scandal from product failure, in case of any product failure recently may happen, is a weakness. Opportunities are like using strong financial position to make acquisition, it's an opportunity. Acquire the market share through branding, hiring more talent is an opportunity. And threats are like competitors could leverage brand strength, whatever brand strength what they are having. If they start leveraging their brand strength, what they have, they built up their strong image. If they try to exploit their strong image, then it could be a threat. And lack of differentiation could lead to price bar, and again may lose talent. So these are all the maybe threats for the organization. Now, let's conclude the topic by saying environmental scanning is the starting step of corporate planning process that scan the internal environmental factors and external environmental factors. SWOT analysis leads to the development of suitable strategies for the firm. Now, let's see a small quiz report. DAS refers to the possession and utilization of information about occasions, patterns, trends, relationship within an organization's internal and external environment. It is environmental scanning. Internal environmental factors are not controllable by the firm. Do you agree with this? No. Internal environmental factors can be controlled by the firm. External environmental factors are subdivided into micro and macro factors. DAS is a framework used to evaluate a company's competitive position to develop strategic planning. Which analysis? SWOT analysis. That's for the day's topic. Thank you. Thank you for